Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special character development scene for an upcoming game on the channel called the Indigo Nexus, an Invisible Sun game. I'm Mare, I use they, she pronouns, and I'm going to be your game master, and we're going to be introducing one of our players today. I do want to quickly note that this is a pre-recorded game. We will not answer any questions in chat, and I don't know if this is going to air before or after session 1, so take this as you will. You might have met myself and Ian already, but in the meantime, Ian, you want to say hi and who you're playing today?
Yeah, hi, my name is Ian the Priest. My pronouns are he, they. Today I will be playing Adrienne, her. Their pronouns are they, them. Um, and do I need to give a little background? Is that it? It's just names?
Um, we're going to be doing a lot of the background today, and
Okay.
you're not a Vizsla yet, so you don't have a character sentence to give.
I'm just living my life. It's fine.
we are we are here to live your life, role play the hell out of this, and maybe break some hearts. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't think it's going to be as sad as some of the other games I'm going to be running for the rest of the
Okay.
cast.
That's good. That's good. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Self-discovery is a big theme in this upcoming campaign, so let's fucking
Indeed.
go.
Let's do it.
All right, you are new to this system, so I'm gonna just
I'm
do
very new.
it. So I'm just gonna quickly explain that this game I know I mentioned during session 0 has something called the Sooth deck, which are a
Ooh,
narrative tarot deck, and
yay.
essentially I'm gonna be pulling cards intermittently throughout this game, and I will be just it won't necessarily set the scene, but sometimes it does know things and is kind of eerily accurate. So
You know?
it's usually more are drawn usually like at the start of a new scene, introduction of a new NPC or new location. So we're gonna start at the start
Yeah,
of the game.
yeah.
I've drawn the first card on
All
the
right.
Silver Sun on the Path of Suns, which
Ooh.
is accurate for your character especially. The Silver
Mhm.
Sun is the sun of beginnings and creation and beginning something new.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Indeed.
on the Silver Sun, I have drawn the Conspirator,
Oh.
which is value 7 secrets, ravens, books, and flame, meanings, upheaval, hidden agendas, and gossip. The conspirator keeps to the shadows, whispering with others like her. How many conspirators are there? Who is involved? We never know. Those hushed whispers in the right or wrong ears can tear us all apart, bring us all crashing down. The conspirator is the defender of secrets she guards from them and the family they represent. It is her role to know the secrets and spread them as needed, whispering to just the right people at the right time. This is a defender card, but we're not using the mechanics of the Sooth deck at this exact moment, so you do not need to worry about that.
Cool.
So,
It's like defending from who? That's the question.
she defends secrets.
Oh, wonderful.
So, we start off this game with Adrienne Hua in front of their parents' restaurants, the Silver Sands. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Adrienne looks like, what the restaurant looks like, maybe how busy it is, and maybe potentially what the day is?
Yeah, so I think it's probably like morning time in good old Boston, Massachusetts. We're in the north end near the coast. It's cold, it's winter. Um, Adrian, it looks like um, is Southeast Asian. They have beautiful brown eyes. They have shoulder length hair like I do. Uh, they have like an under dye of blue, so if like you can kind of see it a little bit if it's not put up, but if it's in a bun, you'll see it definitely. They are dressed in a lot of jewelry, so a bunch of necklaces, typically at least two or three of all different kinds. One in particular is kind of like a jade spiral. They have a jade bracelet around their hands, and a bunch of other like crystal bracelets as well. They have like Hanfu earrings, which is kind of like, some traditional like Chinese, East Asian um, earrings that of all different shapes and sizes. Some of them are fans, some of them are flowers, some are jade, some are not. Um, they are wearing, since it's winter, probably a nice like shawl or like peacoat and shawl with scarf. just dark colors, some dark like black or navy blue. And they also have peeking out of their shirt kind of like runic tattoos that crawl up from like the nape of their neck and around it as well, um, of different like shapes and sizes, and some are lines, some are weird runes that nobody knows, you know, some just art. Uh, but that's what Adrian looks like, and they're at their family's restaurant, the Silver Sands, a seafood restaurant by the bay. Um, yeah.
Now, since you're here in the morning, is Adrian here before they officially open for customers? So still in like the prep phase? Or is it
Yes.
okay? I just wanted to
Yeah.
double check because
Yeah, they're checking in on their parents. It's definitely like in the prep phase. I think their mom's probably like chopping up the vegetables for the morning. Dad's probably like setting everything up, trying to see what the catch is of the day and all of that. Um, maybe some staff, maybe some staff members are like around. I don't know,
setting
but
customers, setting up the
yeah,
tables like with the
yeah,
silverware and making sure all the salt and pepper shakers are filled and so on and so forth. Maybe one or two of them are changing out like the table decorations
yeah.
from the fall to a more wintry appropriate decor.
Hmm.
And as you walk in, there's no customers yet, though you definitely do get one look from someone who wants to go in and it's not open yet. And, you know, being a pain in the ass customer, being like, I want to go in and I want to get food. Why come they're not open yet? It's 3 minutes before. It's not 3 minutes before. But yeah, you walk in and there is a server who just like it's an older server, like a like middle-aged Caucasian woman that just gives you a wave. Like you've seen they've been working here for fucking ever, and they just give you a smile. Her name is Allie, and she gives you a wave. Morning,
Hey,
Adrian.
Allie. Hi, Allie. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's you here to
It's
help out
early.
today, or
Oh, yeah. I'm just helping my parents make sure they're good with everything and setting up stuff. Just checking in on them. You know, it's
yeah.
a day.
It is, and we have a lot of reservations, so I hope no one calls out today. So
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
good luck. I will cross my fingers that you don't get roped into to help at tables.
We will see. We will see. I have a busy day too, so we'll find out.
Both your parents are in the back. I think your dad is loading is gutting the fish. So
Mhm.
and your mom's chopping up the vegetables.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. How are you doing?
Yeah. Do you want to describe your parents, or would you like me to?
Um, yeah. So my father, Dean, he is a stout man. Um, he is built arms for fishing. He is a fisherman by trade. Um, he has kind of like a short crew cut black hair that's starting to gray a little bit. Um, and yeah, I think he's just kind of busy in like a stoic way, just like chopping and gutting up the fish, you know.
He gives you like a morning.
How are you today? Catch anything good?
He looks down at the oh god, I don't know what's in season for fish. Um,
I don't know. Let's call it salmon.
salmon. You can't go wrong with
You can't go wrong
salmon.
with salmon.
So good. um, yeah, he is filleting a salmon and currently like picking out all like the bones with a pair of tweezers
Mhm.
before deftly like slicing it into the appropriate portions and putting it on ice for cooking later.
Yeah.
Mm. Uh, he looks at like a clock. You're late. You're not late, by the way.
I recall that I don't work here anymore, so I can't be late.
Hmm. Well, you want to help me or you want to help your mother?
I'll help both of you. Here, what do you need? And then I kind of step up next to him.
he he cocks his head over at scallops is not the word I'm looking for. Oysters.
Oh, we're shucking oysters
Yes,
today. All right.
got a good
Uh,
deal.
gloves, apron, hair's up in a bun.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting hair in these foods. We're following the
Proper
regulations.
procedures.
Exactly. Um, and yeah, I think we put on even like the netting. Um, and I start to like shuck some of the oysters next to him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Your dad is very has always been much quieter than your mother. So there's not a lot of polite small talk, but more so that comfortable silence of just
yeah,
being in the same space of someone you care about.
yeah.
Um, at some point, your mother does walk by. She is, as you have described, a middle aged Southeast Asian woman with her
Yes.
hair that is probably about the same length as yours, but not
Hmm.
dyed. Also tied back very out of the way, no loose hairs, and her glasses are like perched on the edge of her nose. And since you last saw her, she's actually got in a glasses chain in case, you know, they slip off, they're not going to fall in anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and she like squeezes past you and your father to the fridge and ends up putting you know, a container full of like chopped vegetables in the fridge behind you,
Hmm. Hi,
Adrienne.
Mom. How are you?
I am good. I'm very glad that you were able to come by.
I know today's a heavy day. You know, but so I wanted help.
Can you remind me, Ian, was your grandmother your mom's dad or your mom's grandmother, your mom's mother, or your dad's mother?
My grandmother is my mother's mother, so on the yeah her side.
Yeah. And she will give you a very imperceptible, small, sad smile.
It is it is the thing in that in our culture where more things are shown unsaid than actually said.
Yeah.
And with that little kind of like just shift in her lip at the corners of her mouth, I understand like what that means.
Yeah.
Um, and I like finish shucking the oysters and I go up to her and I kind of give her a hug and I say, "It's okay. What do you need help with right now?"
Your father and I already have a lot of the food all set up, but if you want to make sure that we have enough of the napkins and all other consumables filled up in the back, in the front,
Sure.
I think that's
Yeah.
mostly what we need. Your father and I have been very busy this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I can only imagine. Um, you know, I was gonna talk to you guys before I headed to Ama's grave today. Um, aside from bringing her favorite food, uh, you know, I've been looking into our family's history again. Um,
And with that, like before you even continue, just hear that little like curt tut tut, like
yeah.
immediately like she hasn't said much yet, but you can tell this is going to probably go the same way it has in the past of
Hmm.
dismissal. But
Yeah.
she does not interrupt you other than that like very that brief sound.
I hear the little sound she makes, and I understand what it means. And I kind of like cut myself short knowing how sensitive today is. And I go, "You're right. You know what? I'm gonna fill up what you need. Uh, I love you guys. And is there anything else you need me to help you with besides that and taking the bao buns to the grave?"
She shakes her head.
Okay. Well, love you. I'll be right back. And then I kind of go out and I start like helping. I think was it uh Allie? is
Allie.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, helping Allie put some of the like roll it. You take the knife and the fork and the spoon
Yep. Yep.
into the napkin and
I
then you
get
roll
it.
it. I sit at a table. It is a tub of
Yep.
silverware and a tub of napkins, and we're rolling.
You're
Um,
absolutely.
yeah.
If are you going to be here for much longer?
No, I'm helping finish putting all these placemats and like silverware in order, and then I need to go visit my grandma's grave today. It's the anniversary, so.
Yeah. She, as soon as you mention your grandmother, she just like pauses and like reaches over and puts her one hand on top of yours comfortingly. Your grandmother was a
Thanks.
very wonderful, nice woman.
She was, and you know,
Far more animated than your parents. I liked her when she was still around.
she's a hoot. She's a hoot and holler. She'll say everything that comes to her mind. So I miss her a lot. But look after my parents today. I know it's a little rough, and yeah,
And why do you think I'm here?
I appreciate you, Allie. It's for all the years you've been here, you really are family to us. So it means a lot.
That means a lot to me. But if you can give your grandmother my regards as well.
Yeah, of course, of course. Um, finish rolling all the things and setting the placemats and moving the chairs and tables. Um, I pop back into the kitchen, seeing I think the buns are already kind of prepared and made,
Yeah.
probably by my mother, the way that my grandmother likes. Picking up that basket, I said, okay, I think I'm gonna go head off to see Grandma now. I'll give her your regards, and maybe I'll see you later.
They don't say anything, but they do give you just an appreciative look as you leave. Smile. They're both absorbed in their tasks, whether it is from their duteous work ethic or just trying to bury the feelings of today. A mix of
Yeah,
both.
I think I pick up the basket and I do one last attempt to like make them laugh, where I kind of go behind them and in like a very chef kitchen way. I just go behind and then I kind of like hug them from behind. Um, and then after that, I head out.
There is a very slight smile as your mother gently bats your shoulder of, you know better to mess around in the kitchen.
I know, but we're not even like open yet, so it's fine.
Go.
Okay, okay. I get the basket. I head out. I take the back entrance. I don't want to deal with the people
Oh, no.
in the front. No,
Absolutely
they're gonna ask
not.
too many questions. They're gonna ask too many
Nope.
questions. When it's gonna
Mm-mm-mm.
open? No, we're not seeing them. I leave through the back way.
All right. As you begin to head to your grandmother's grave or altar, I pulled the next card on the green sun called The Fleeting Moment.
Mhm.
The fleeting moment is value of 1, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Meanings lost time, elusiveness, agility, and reaction. Time moves inexorably forward. Sometimes it moves so quickly that we lose track of it. We try to watch, we try to pay attention, and yet it's gone. Mercurially, it slips through our fingers. Time can move so rapidly, in fact, that we can lose time. Look at the clock, it's 6:22. Look again, seemingly a moment later, and it's 8:05. They say there was once an hour that came after midnight, but eventually it moved so quickly that it disappeared altogether. If that's true, perhaps it's the fate of all time, and the midnight hour will flit away next. Time is elusive and impossible to hold, no matter how you try. It's a force even the gods fear.
Scary. And I'm not a god.
The time has slipped so fast from one year to the next, from when your grandmother passed to now. Where is your grandmother's altar and grave, and what does it look like, and what do you do?
I think it's a humble little plot um, somewhere in one of the cemeteries. I think I don't think it was a burial in the ground. I think it's like ashes, kind of like in an urn. So it's not one of those like headstones. It's actually one of those like kind of hallways that
Mm-hmm.
like you'll see different spaces
Yeah.
for like where you would put an altar in. And um, as I kind of like walk through this cold, like snowy day in Boston, I kind of shake off the snow as I get into that space, dust off the altar a bit, um, take out the bao buns from the basket that I was carrying for my mother, and I kind of like set them down, and on the altar, it just says Lily Chua, um, beloved grandmother, uh, and I light some incense, and I kind of like bow um, twice, and I stick them in the little incense holder, and I stand there for a moment, um, fiddling something in my pocket. Um, it's like a coin, a medallion, and I just say, Mom and Dad really miss you. Um, I hope wherever you are, you're doing well. Everything's still the same, functioning the same way. Dad's dad. I tried to talk to them about what you were telling me about how we all ended up here in the first place, before you passed, and Mom didn't really want to hear it again. I I know the war is I know the war was heavy and hard um, for you and them both, and I will never really understand it. But I don't know. I've always just wanted to know where we all came from and what that means, and sometimes it's just really hard. It's really hard when people here tell you to go back to where you come from, but you're from here, but you're not from here, and you don't even know how to speak some of the languages that you are supposed to know. And I miss your stories, but I love you deeply, and I'm happy you got to eat this food today. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. Uh, love you. Hope that wherever you are, you are having a wonderful time. And maybe I'll see you again soon.
Your,
And
your
yeah, I kind of start to head out.
yeah, your grandmother's, where her name is Lily Chua, and it's just staring at you as you finish up talking to her. And like, your grandmother is a very blunt person.
Yes.
And like, just in the back of your head, you can just kind of like hear her like chiding you for like apologizing because there's nothing to say sorry for as you begin to walk away.
Getting that kind of like feeling in the back of your neck as like I walk away, I kind of wave in the air. I'm like, I know, sorry, I know. Nope, not sorry. And I kind of like chuckle to myself, thinking that like that conversation actually happened. And I start heading out.
Yeah. Are you heading to work?
Yes, it is about time for my shift. Um, I head towards Athena's Aegis, an apothecary, a little occult store in Boston. Um, And yeah, it's probably about like maybe I want to say like mid-morning now, I
Yeah.
think. As I trudge through the snow and get on the red line again. Oh God, those trains keep breaking down.
Right.
Um, and I make my way miraculously today. The train didn't break down, but
Yes.
I make my way across across the river.
Yeah, and you make your way to Athena's Aegis and Apothecary. And like, I don't know if you had a specific like thought on like what this looks like, but I'm definitely imagining like it's part of like a row of buildings of like brick with
Yes.
like the big like three-paned window in the front just full
Hmm.
of like crystals, tarot cards, incense, and dried flowers and herbs. Uh,
Yeah.
Books on the esoteric, both new and used section. There's another like smaller sign in the corner, like offering tarot readings and or tarot and palm readings and everything.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything you want to add to that? Because that's what first comes into my mind.
No, that is exactly, you described it exactly how I pictured it as well. It's like part of a row of buildings. It is kind of like narrow. It is
A
a very
narrow one. Yeah,
narrow,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a narrow shop. Um, yeah, beautiful like windows showing off all of the tarot decks and off all of the different like witchy candles and like scarves and books and things. I make my way in and I go, I'm here. Hello.
Um, Behind the register and like counter, you see your colleague and boss, Athena Blackwell. She's about like a 5'5", 5'7" white woman with very long curly brown hair and these big like Coke bottle glasses, which are definitely more of an aesthetic choice and not an actual like needed one. She doesn't really need glasses, and if she does, not this like not this type. It does not fit her face shape. But
Yeah.
she is, she's got her hair like tied back in like a kerchief just to keep it out of her way, and it's just kind of like spreading out behind her. Today she's wearing, similarly to you, like a big ol' like handmade like shawl in a dark blouse and like maroon pants, and she's just kind of behind the register, but she waves and smiles to you. Adrienne, welcome in. And there's a couple
Hi.
customers browsing. You don't know if they're actually going to buy anything, but it's the winter time. People are looking for
Yeah.
gifts for the holidays.
Of course, as Athena says hi, I'm like, hello, good to see you. I see one of the customers maybe like browsing um, some of the crystals, and I go, you know, onyx is really good to like take in that negative energy and like recharge it and like put it back out. So if you're thinking of doing that, definitely that one. Uh, and then I kind of move over to another customer, and I'm like, oh, this is my favorite tarot deck. Actually, it was just released like this year. It's really pretty. It's really colorful. Just the vibes. The vibes are great. You know, we're not like conforming to the traditional like masculine, feminine energies. It's actually like really fluid. So if you like that, that's great. And I slowly like make my way back behind the counter, like taking my coats off and like adjusting myself, and says, Athena, sorry if I'm a little late. I was held up this morning. So
Does she know about today?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think like this space she gets,
Yeah.
um, and I think Adrienne is comfortable in this space
Yeah.
as well.
And she's a pretty easygoing woman. She like just pats you on the shoulder. Hun, I told you you didn't even have to work today if you didn't want to.
I know. I just feel idle hands. I just feel like I need to do something. So this place, I feel good here, and I just I just like it. And in that moment, like I take out the medallion I was kind of fiddling in my pocket at my grandmother's grave, and I pull out a esoteric book from under the counter that I've just been like reading on the side
Yeah,
here,
she doesn't
and I
mind.
open it from where I bookmarked the last thing, and I put the medallion there, trying to like look at the symbols, and comparing the symbols on the medallion to like whatever is on the page as well.
Yeah.
And I kind of like do a big sigh, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I tried to talk to my parents this morning about where I came from again and where they just, I don't understand why they're so, maybe, I get it. The war is hard, and it's hard to talk about, especially, I can only imagine being a child going through that and having to leave everything you know to be here, but I would think it'd be healthy, to talk about it. And this is the
Parents.
only thing I have left. And I like point to like the medallion of that space.
She pats your shoulder again, and before I go into that, I forgot to read the next card. I'm going to
Oh,
read that super quick.
yeah.
On the blue sun, and while I read this out, would you mind just checking your volume for me to see if Zoom was being a butt and bumped it down? But I've pulled the Banished Serpent on the blue sun. Value of 3, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Meanings, balance, exile, and punishment. Visibly no exile, but for them and their time in shadow, the exile was self-imposed. The banished serpent was cast out, sent back from whence it came. Banishment rids us of a problem, but it does not bring it to a permanent end. It is rarely a true solution. Rather, it is most often a punishment. We banish those who have threatened us or wronged us because exile is what they fear. The fact that it ends the threat, at least temporarily, is an added benefit. As punishment, then, it is an act of balance, an appropriate and measured response to an unwanted act.
Ooh.
The deck is...
It's on top of it today.
It was on top of it when I recorded Asher's as well. Very creepy.
I saw. I was like, it knows. It knows.
And this is a common occurrence.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you're looking at the book, Athena looks over your shoulder. Have you had any luck on this? I know I've done a little bit of help looking into it for you, but I kind of gave up pretty quickly.
Listen, I've tried everything I know. I've asked different museums if they've seen this as a relic from, Southeast Asia. They say the symbols don't make any sense, that it's actually probably just made up, fantasy. It doesn't correlate with any of my understanding of Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, East Asian symbols.
Were you able to figure out what kind of metal it's made out of?
No, I don't know. I thought it was gold. It looks like gold, but it's not gold.
If it's not anything from here, the only thing I can think of is space rock. But even then, that might be pushing it.
Like a meteorite? I mean, yeah. We have some.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
point to the crystal.
Well, if there's any other books you come across that you want me to try in special order, let me know and I can talk to some colleagues or distributors.
I'll try. I'll get through this one first and see if it brings me anything. It has been the most eclectic of them all, It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's just not traditional, I wouldn't consider it traditional occult magic. It seems to be on the fringe of most things. Some of it dabbles in, traditional, Wiccan stuff. Some of it talks about, Greek myths and mythology. Some of it has, Egyptian symbols. So it's like a weird mishmash of different cultures and things. So I don't know if it was even worth a try, but I haven't really been getting anywhere with anything else.
I don't know how you get through them. I'm good. I like a good book, but these texts are the ones you've been reading are just so dense.
If college taught me anything, it's how to read really quickly.
And that's why I went for an art degree.
Yeah, I haven't even used my communications degree for anything, so I don't know.
Well, are you good up front if I leave you up here and I go do some paperwork and balancing the books in the back?
Yeah, I'll definitely be good. I'll as I look and I see the customers, are they like buying anything? Have they thought about it?
Like, there's a couple that occasionally, it's not like a long line, but you've gotten a couple people who have made some small purchases. Like,
Okay,
it's
cool.
like an average slow day. But you do have more browse window shoppers than like actual purchases.
Okay. As I see some of the browsing happening, I do a little like just like superstitious incantation of a thing to like kind of like pull them closer to maybe get them to like buy a thing aside from like the the beckoning cat that's already at the the counter in front of me. I kind of like go into a mishmash of like accoutrements around me, and I like rub a little like silver symbol and like do a little gesture with my fingers, like
Bring
trying
in the
to
good
cast.
fortune and the money.
Yes, trying to not just tap into one culture but like others as well, to bring in more customers. I'm like, I got this, and I kind of just like do that. You go take care of the books. I'll be good over here.
Yeah. So what does like the next hour look like for Adrian?
So, I think the next hour is. I think it'd be wonderful if maybe one of the customers actually that was browsing actually does buy something,
Oh,
and then maybe
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
one of them like doesn't. I kind of like check them out. It kind of goes. I think the weather starts to actually turn and it gets
Yeah.
heavy snow. Like it's starting to really come down. And I'm just reading through this book. I'm trying to match like any of the symbols to what I see on this
Yeah.
like medallion right
Yeah.
here.
So, what I will say is that the weather does turn, as you said. And it's that type of weather when you have a storm where the sky actually gets like this yellowy orange green. So,
Oh,
yeah, so it's definitely taking a turn for the worse and it's going to like be a heavy storm. Um, and like, I'm imagining Adrian doesn't even notice it at first.
no, they're too far into the book, I think.
Yeah.
It's like if no one's once everybody's checked out and it's empty, their face is like buried into this thing, trying to find any kind of like symbology, or story or something.
The store is empty, and through the windows, it is more orange and overcast. And the right outside the window, you do see the flurry whipping of snow in the wind, and the air feels heavy
Yeah.
and it's quiet. If you had any music playing just like in the background of the store, it has since stopped.
Oh, yeah.
And the sound of typing and occasional like scritching of pen or pencil on paper from the back room, you don't hear it anymore. And I think what maybe probably like snaps you out of your intense reading, other than the fact that you haven't heard the bell over the door go off in a while, is that for a split second, like the lights flicker.
Oh. I kind of look up from the book, seeing the storm, and I catch that the silence is eerily there and
Yeah.
present. And I kind of stand up, uh, take the medallion, close the book
The
where
medallion
it's
is
bookmarked.
very warm.
Oh, um, weird. Uh, Pocket it as like a whatever thing for now. Just gonna go check on Athena, and be like, "Hey, Athena, the music went out. Is everything okay? I think a storm's coming in. The lights kind of went out for a second."
You begin you said this was like a narrow building, so like the front
Yeah.
part is like the store, and then maybe there's like just like a curtain to separate the hallway from like the front and like the counter and stuff, so people aren't just like wandering back there. There's a employees only sign like right past the bathroom,
Hmm.
and as you walk past that and you start walking down the hallway, The hallway is much longer than it would normally be. You walk past the bathroom and there are more doors on each side. There's like 2 doors, like a closet, a bathroom, and the back office. Um, and make 1 door to the basement. But
Oh.
and it
I
goes into
yeah.
darkness. You can't see the other end of the hallway.
Oh. Um, Athena, are you there? I take out my phone. I take out my phone and I like turn on the flashlight on the phone to like try to shine into the darkness.
You go to take out your phone, and the phone isn't in your pocket. Instead, you remove the medallion, which has been
Oh.
steadily getting warmer. Not painfully so, but like a hand warmer. And it is like you actually feel it in your pocket against like your skin first.
Oh. Uh, I turn around. Is it a longer hallway? Is it like, does it just extend, or is it just darkness now, or is it light?
Behind you, you just see fog.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. I've been on acid before. Hi!
I'm
Hi,
so sorry.
hello!
I was not expecting that.
It's fine!
It's
We're gonna walk
fine.
through this. Um, and Adrian just kind of calls out, is anyone there?
You don't get a response, but as you're continuing to walk, the medallion that your grandmother gave you in your hand, as you're continuing, and it pulses like a heartbeat. And if you look down at it, those runes are, it looks like there is a light sketching out the runes itself. So
Oh,
it's like moving and sketching out the runes before going on to the next one. And it continues going through that cycle of all the runes.
okay. I kind of like speak to the medallion as if it's like a walkie-talkie. I'm like, um, Grandma, are you? Is that you? Is this what's happening? Um, help me, please. Uh, I start walking forward as I
Yeah.
look at the runes.
And the more you go forward, the warmer it gets. And anytime you stop, it just kind of like pulses like really quickly. And then when you continue walking again, it's more like a steady heartbeat.
Okay. Um, okay. Trust your instincts. We're just gonna trust our instincts, and Amma wouldn't just give this to me if it's dangerous. So, it's fine. You wanted this anyways. Whether this is a weird acid trip or dream, we're gonna find out. Cool. And I kind of like hold the amulet medallion out and just start walking into the darkness.
Yeah. And at some point, there is a change in the lighting. It's very subtle. You don't really necessarily notice the change, but at some point, there is light in the distance. The wooden, kind of tacky wallpapered walls of the apothecary occult store you worked at have turned into exposed brick,
Mm.
and you hear the sound of chatter of 2 loud voices in the distance.
Oh, hello? Someone there?
And almost suddenly, you're no longer in that hallway. Instead, you're in an alleyway, and you can see a cloudy sky above you. There is no more snow. There, you can smell crisp autumn in the air of those fall leaves. And as you're saying, hello, is anyone there? You hear 2 loud, like deep, startled voices be like, ah! And where the heck did you come from? This is a dead end alley. And
I was in a store.
and
Where?
to your left and to your right,
Yes.
you see a large, like, carved face into, like, the wall on each side of the alley. And as they're talking, you can see a door in each of their mouths. One of them has like a really long, like, beard, and it's made out of, like, vines and rocks, and it kind of, like, falls onto the ground. And the other one has, like, glasses and a mustache that's just staring at you. And they both look at each other and then, like, look down at you and be like, "You look a little lost, kid. You interrupted our conversation, but I guess I guess that's not a big deal. This happens all the time. We got the time in the world." And that's the one with the glasses speaking and the mustache. So you have these two big faces looking down at you into the wall, like, talking down at you.
I'm not in Narnia anymore. Um,
Oh,
I'm
I've heard of Narnia. Is that new pastry shop that some of the customers are talking about? I don't know, but, like, no, this is not Narnia.
okay. My brain, my brain is doing weird things, but I'm just gonna accept this. Hello, my name is Adrienne. I'm so sorry to interrupt this conversation. I don't know where I am. I used to be in a store, and now I'm in an alley talking to faces on walls with doors
Excuse
and
you, we are
vines.
shops.
I'm so sorry. I did not know you were a shop. Um,
The one with glasses, like, looks down at you. "I'm Torinoli, and my very wrong associate," and he looks over at across the street, "is Erglin."
well, hello, Tornali, and hello, Erglin. Um, you see, I am lost. You're correct. I
Welcome to
was.
Conversation Alley.
Oh, perfect. I love a good conversation, and maybe it can help me understand what is happening. Where am I?
Oh, got
How are we speaking to each other?
uh
How,
because I can
is
talk. Come on.
I okay? I mean, typically s- stores and do not talk.
I'm sorry, hold on one second. And he opens his mouth very wide as there is an individual, a customer, a person. They definitely look human, but each body part is kind of, like, cut off at the joint and is just hovering near each other, like, in the general shape of how the body is supposed to be. My first thought, I just realized I'm just describing Buggy from One Piece in terms of, like, powers, and I just realized that. But no, uh, opens the mouth really wide, and this person, like, enters through the door in Torinali's mouth. Doesn't give you a second
Okay,
look.
okay, okay. We're gonna accept that this is true, and
Welcome to the city of notions, kid. Of course, it's true.
of where am I? I'm so sorry.
You must be new and very lost, because you're in Indigo and Saturnine, the city of truth and notions.
Okay, Indigo, Saturnine, City of Truth and Notions. Um, cool. I was in Boston, Massachusetts,
Never heard of it.
in the United States of
Nope, never heard
America.
of it.
Okay, got it. How do I get home?
You can't. Neither of these people, creature face things, have shoulders, but you do get the distinct sensation of a shrug from both of them.
Okay, cool. Uh, since it's okay that you don't know, I'm just starting to freak out a little bit. Do you know who might know? Is
Uh,
there a, um, I don't know, embassy here? Is there
you
a,
got the Embassy of the Dead over in the Marquis Quarter, but you don't look dead with a capital D, so.
I definitely wasn't. unless I am now and no one has told me.
You would know if you are dead. You would either be see-through or smell really bad. And from what I can tell with my big ol', well, I'm sure Ergling can tell with his big ol' schnoggin right there that you don't stink like the dead.
Well, thank you. I think. I don't know if it's thank you. Um, okay. Uh, where would you suggest I go if I were lost? How about that?
You can probably find the local gerent.
Sure. How do I find them?
I don't know. I live in this alley. You're better off asking someone else in the street.
Okay. Lovely conversation with both of you. I'm going to go there now. Thank you so much. I start to head out of the alley.
Yeah, you gotta like walk between these two massive faces who, like, as soon as you're like saying I'm gone, they begin like talking and debating again about if they are if they can seduce one of the the sun ships. You don't know what a sun ship is.
No, no, I don't. And I must have eaten or drank something weird. I don't know what's happening currently. I walk into the street. What do I see?
So you walk into a street where it's not a super busy day, but I think the closest equivalent I'm going to be able to get is like the volume of a New York City like block.
Got
You
it.
have a lot of people going about their business, not really. You got your that northeast attitude of we all have
Yeah,
our business, we're going to go do our business, we leave each other alone,
yeah,
we are kind but not nice, and so on and
yeah.
so forth. But your first notice, probably the first thing that you notice, is that the sidewalks are lined with trees, a majority of them which are in autumn colors. They are blue, they are, or not blues, yellows and oranges and reds and browns, maybe like a slight splash of green every once in a while, but mostly it's fall, and you smell that crisp air. Every so often you see a wave of those leaves like ebbing and flowing on the street as if it were an ocean. And the
Oh,
people, a lot of different things. You see some regular ass looking people in nice, like, comfortable pea coats and like blazers. You see one kid with just a little hat, like holding out, like, calling out like the newspaper for the the Indigo paper, and it's the Fartown Gazette. But you also see some weird shit, like a creature that was shaped like a human, but as you're looking at it, it's beginning to morph itself into like a six-legged dog while talking to someone with feathers growing out of their head like hair.
cool. Okay, okay, okay. I look at the medallion. Is it still like beating and glowing? Is it doing anything weird?
It's cold.
It's cold. Okay. I don't know what you did. I'm assuming you did something. How do I get home? I'm talking as if it will respond. Like, and I hold it up to my ear like it's a phone or something. Like, nothing? Nothing now? Okay. Puts the medallion back in my pocket, and I look around this busy street. And everyone's moving. Is there like a store somewhere? Is there like a big kind of sign or thing that would indicate like um somebody either official, like an equivalent to like a police officer, or something that is like informational, like an equivalent to like, welcome to Grand Central Station. Are you looking for a ticket? This
I'm
is where,
going to say
yeah,
not in the area that you currently are.
cool.
Do you begin
And
walking or going anywhere?
yeah, I think the first thing I do is I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
It's the same attitude. You got to stop somebody.
you
So
get the vibe.
I pick the first person I see, that is relatively human looking because that is what I am comfortable with. And I just go up to them and I'm saying, I'm so sorry, excuse me. I'm a little lost. Could you help me?
Um, the individual that you stop is a youngish woman, probably like a handful of years younger than you, but it's always hard to tell. She has bright red hair that originally you just thought was like red, but as she like stops and like looks at you and you can get a closer look at her,
Hmm.
it's red, but it doesn't look like hair. It
Okay.
kind of looks like facets of a precious gem, like a ruby, and it's kind of like sparkling in the ambient light. And like she
Hmm.
has a stack of like papers in her arms, and like she startles and she's like, "Oh, hi, hello. Sorry, what?
Hi.
I was lost in my thoughts. What did you say?"
I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm lost and I'm trying to find my way home.
Okay,
So
I
I
can
I don't know
totally
where I
help.
am. Yeah.
She looks around. Okay, where's home? Where are you trying to go?
Well, you see, that's the weird story. I was in a store in Boston, but now I'm here, and I don't know where here is, but I've been told this is Indigo, Saturnine. I don't
Oh,
know.
crap, you just got back from Shadow. I'm so
Hmm.
sorry. I
What
do
do you?
have to get to work if you want to come with me. I can
Oh,
maybe my boss and I can help.
uh, I don't want to impose on you at work.
Oh,
Um,
please. My boss could use a case anyway, and he trust me when I say this. He'll probably come on, and she'll like
oh,
take your
okay.
hand and like start pulling you along.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I kind of follow wherever she pulls me to.
Yeah, she kind of like once she knows you're like following, she won't like physically pull you anymore. She'll like let
Yeah,
go. And
yeah,
she like weaves through the crowds like a pro.
yeah,
Side swipes, just looking
yeah.
around. You know how it
We're
is.
we're we're in and out. Random people stop in the middle of the sidewalk for no goddamn reason,
Like
and
what
you're
the
just like,
fuck?
why? Why? Move out of the way. Um,
Yeah.
so I follow her lockstep and key and whatever she does.
Yeah. Um her hair is like like she's really easy to follow. She's her hair is glinting. Very easy to spot, and like she like you only walk like a couple blocks, and eventually you stop in front of kind of very similarly this narrow building similar to the apothecary occult store you worked at, and
Mhm.
in there's just no front windows. It looks like it's just like a door with a couple steps leading up, and it says on the side it's a place called Labyrinth Logic,
Labyrinth logic.
and she'll like
Interesting.
pop up and she'll open the door, and it's just
I'm
like
so
a hallway. Sorry. Huh? Yeah.
no, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I just realized I didn't ask your name. My name is Adrienne. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Adrienne. My name's Safine.
Safine.
I'm
Nice.
I work as an assistant here at Labyrinth Logic.
Okay, is it like um a tech store?
No, my boss is actually a detective.
Oh, oh. Okay, yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Detectives are
yeah.
okay. I like that.
So that's why I was like, my boss could use a case.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't know where
Thank
you are and you haven't seen the Hendasa yet, have you?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that
Those
answers
are
that question. So I don't know how you got back, but maybe we can help figure it out together. Yeah, come on
sure.
in, come on in.
Okay. I walk in. What does it look like again? I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's a narrow building, but so really when you first walk in, it's just like the entry area. Um,
Hmm.
you have a little coat rack. You can see that there's a trilby on a coat rack just sitting on the top. Um,
Hmm.
it's a long hallway with a couple doors with the type of the vibe I'm getting is like those noir film buildings with like
Mm.
the frosted glass like square on the
Yeah.
front and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, as Safine like walks down the hall, she like points. If you need to use the restroom, it's over there. We do have like a kitchen. I'm actually gonna put on like a kettle of water. Would you like some tea or something?
I would love some tea. Thank you so much. You're so kind. I I appreciate this.
No problem. I remember when I first got back, it's very disorienting, and I'm glad you ran into someone who kind of knows what you're going through rather than just like figuring it out on your own.
Oh, you were my third person, really. I was talking to alleyways? No, stores. They were stores in a conversational
Oh,
alley.
yeah, they're kind of useless and when it comes to anything outside their alley.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what's happening, and I feel like I might be tripping on acid currently.
She pats you on the shoulders. There's better things than acid here, but
Oh, cool. I'm still scared. Thank you.
no problem. Since you are new here, though, I'm going to give you the disclaimer warning not to freak out when you see my boss.
Okay.
He
Is he
doesn't.
another store?
No, he
Okay.
doesn't look like you or me, but he's a good guy. He's a little gruff.
It's
My
okay. I'm taking a lot of it in. There was a person with feathers talking to a person that was shifting into multitudes of things
in
and
Elderbryn,
legs.
they're shape changers.
Oh, oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I'm
Um,
I'm filing it in here.
yes. So,
He's not the same as us or
correct.
me.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I will be ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And she like walks down, like she leads you down the hall, and she like does a little knock on the door, and you hear the slight shifting and oof of something falling on the floor and someone startling in their chair.
Perfect, perfect. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, come in, come in, come in. Is that you, Savine? And she doesn't answer. She just opens the door. And you find yourself in a pretty normal office. You see a really nice dark wood desk with a bunch of papers spread all over it. There's two leather chairs with armrests on either side in front of it, and like a bunch of books and file cabinets. And the blinds are down just for privacy, but like one of them is cracked a little bit to let some light in. And you see behind the desk, in absence in space is the best way to put it.
Got it.
You see a something sitting like a person in the chair behind the desk. It has a head, it looks like it has shoulders and a torso, but it's just like the cutout of a person. Like, you know, when you make those chains of like people and stuff, it's kind of like that. But you can see through it into what looks like a graveyard. Another place,
Oh.
period.
Oh. Am I with Sophie, or am I still in the main office?
She didn't lock. She went in first, but she didn't shut the door behind her, so you can follow her in if you would like.
Only if she asks me to, because I
She like ushers you. She's like asking you.
Okay.
Come. She's like, come on, come in.
I step through the threshold and I look at the space of a person that shows a graveyard.
Yep.
And I kind of freeze for a second, unsure what to do, and I go, "Hello, I am Adrienne, and Sophine here has been so kind to take me along with her to work, and said you could help me."
This it like looks at you, and if you looked at the door before you walked in, you would have seen it said that the name Detective Thalin Thresh was on the door.
Okay. Fallen Thrush.
Detective.
Detective Fallen
I'm also going to write that down because I didn't write down the last name.
The last name of who? I'm sorry.
Thalin.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I only put a first name.
Detective Fallen Thrush. Love to see it.
And this thing does not have eyes. It doesn't have a nose. It doesn't have any features. But you kind of get like the sense that its head turns slightly to look at you before looking at Safine, and he's just like, why did you bring them here?
I don't answer. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
look at the because I'm not sure what to do.
She sighs, because you haven't had any clients and I know you're getting bored, and I also figured that I could help. It might be something I'd be able to help with. I just want to show you that I'm actually better at, I can do stuff more than paperwork. And also, then she motions at you. They looked a little lost and I took pity on them. Come on.
And I try to look like pitiful as she mentions that. I like a little bit sadder, like make myself a little bit smaller.
Um, and then he looks over, like turns ahead slightly again. It's okay. Sorry. I was distracted when I'm a little disoriented. I was in the groove. Hi, Adrienne.
Hi.
I'm Detective Thalin.
Nice to meet you.
Can you please elaborate on what my assistant has been?
Yes. So, long story short, I was working in a store in Boston, Massachusetts. The lights went out for a second. I tried to find my boss.
Uh-huh.
And
you see this space, this absence of space. Pick up a pen, and it's like you can kind of see fingers, but you just see like the graveyard where the fingers would be holding. So it's basically a graveyard wrapping around a pen, and it's like taking notes.
And as he's taking notes, I go, "Oh yes, my medallion from my grandmother started getting warm, and runes started glowing, and I pull it out, and it started beating as if it were a heartbeat. And then I was in darkness, and then I was in an alley, a conversational alley apparently, talking to two different stores. They weren't helpful, so I stepped into the street and ran into your employee here, Safine, and she said you could help."
Before I forget, I've pulled a card on the Indigo Sun. The sealed door, value of 7, secrets, ravens, books, and flame, meanings delay, inaction, barriers unchanging. The doors hold more promise than a wall, but a sealed door is perhaps worse for the egress it suggests and then denies. This barrier prevents us from moving forward. It is a delay, wasted time, a failed attempt. Still, a door with a keyhole suggests both the existence of a key and something valuable on the other side. Of course, the door in the door in the family of secrets is sealed. It keeps the secrets safe. The implication, of course, is that great discoveries lie on the other side, if you can only get there.
I continue and I say, so Safine was kind enough to bring me here to speak to you because she said you were a detective, and I'm in a place called Indigo, Saturnine. I don't know this town. I think I'm either in a dream, or I somehow ate some acid.
No. Dreams are another sun. You're not there.
Cool. Another sun. And I look at Safina and I said, "You mentioned I came from Shadow. Could you explain what that means? Because I came from Boston."
Okay, so this is going to sound really weird, and normally the Hendasa deal with this, but I don't exactly know how to reach out to them, so
Okay.
this is going to sound very weird. And
Okay.
before she continues on, the detective pipes in, "Why don't the two of you go take this in the other room while I work on compiling notes, because this is not my assistant Safine can explain a lot more of this better than I can, since she is a Visley and I am not. So I'm going to leave this to them, and I will start making notes. What is your full name, and may I see your medallion quickly?"
Sure. My name is Adrienne
Mm-hmm.
and here's my medallion. And I kind of like place it at the table, and I spell it out for him.
Yeah.
And it's like Adriennehe.
And
That's it.
he takes your medallion and basically makes like a graphite smudging with the paper. You know, when you put it under and you kind of just take the pen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like
Does
chalk
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
charcoal.
And basically does that super quick with both sides on a piece of paper. And then hands it back to you.
Thank you. Cool.
You said
What?
Boston, Shadow,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. I'll make some inquiries and I will do a full look investigation after Adrienne has talked. Not Adrienne. After Safina's talked to you and maybe able to explain a bit more and get some more information that might be helpful.
Okay. One more thing. I have some money from where I'm from, but I'm assuming because everything else is weird here, money from there doesn't work here. How do I pay you? I don't know if I can.
Oh, it's thoughts, secrets, memories. We can figure it out
Oh,
later. I'm
like fairies and the fae?
no memories and
Like you trade in.
motions,
So,
crystal.
okay,
She will explain. We can figure out
okay,
something later. Because there's
awesome.
always the
Thank you.
possibility of after I find you where you are meant to be here in this sun, you might have some stuff at home.
Stuff at home. Got it. Hmm. I kind of just take that in, and I follow Safine out of the office.
Yeah. Um, do you have any preference on tea? I do have some calming tinctures, but I don't know if you want something a little more indigo
Anything?
related or maybe something more like what you're used to in Boston.
I mean, chamomile sounds great, but if you don't have that, anything that brings down the energy, because mine is
Yeah,
really high right now.
I can do that. I have lavender and honey and lemon.
You have lavender here.
We do.
I love that. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Um, but yes, she like leads you basically to a small kitchenette, an office kitchenette,
Wonderful.
and puts on a kettle full of water. And she like
Wonderful.
turns to you with her own small little notebook. Okay, this is gonna
Mhm.
sound very weird.
It's fine because I think everything's weird. So
Y-
actually, that's probably normal now.
I will say though, you're doing better than I did. I started screaming when I first got back, so kudos to you.
I mean, I think you do enough acid trips and you start accepting the world for what it is. And I dabble in a little magic here and there back home. So who knows? Things are weird sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm just going to accept what I see in front of my eyes as truth for now until I can figure out what is going on.
Perfect. That is a great mindset to have when you've recently come back. Um,
Okay, back.
yeah.
I did not know I left.
So I'm going to ask you a quick question. And
Sure.
have you noticed that we've been talking in a different language this entire time?
What do you mean? I only speak English.
When she points it out, you clock it. It's not English. It's not any language that you're familiar with, but
Mhm.
it is something you instinctively know and that she has been talking to you with and that you have been responding with.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I didn't know that I didn't know this.
So,
Or I knew.
that is the language of Vizsla. This
Okay.
confirms that you are a Vizsla, which is a term for spellcasters here.
Okay. Okay. That's a lot of things thrown. That's three extra. So I am a Vizsla
Yes.
who is a spellcaster,
Yes.
and I'm speaking in Vizsla, which is the language of
Well,
spellcast.
technically, Vizsla is also the warden of the Invisible Sun. It's weird. I don't exactly know which term is correct for the language. Regardless,
Okay.
it all begins with V. But we can switch
Cool. So
back.
like English, it has some weird exceptions to the rule. Seems like Vizsla might have some
Yeah.
as well, if that is both noun for two different
Yeah.
things.
And she does switch back to English after she's like pointed that out to you. Okay.
Okay.
So that proves
Cool.
you are a Vizsla. I'm going to give you a crash course on Saturnine and Saturnine history.
Okay.
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 S-
Sure.
I don't have a timeline because we're not sure how long ago it was, but there was a war. We
Okay.
don't talk about the
As
war.
okay. Why?
We just don't.
Oh, okay. I know that story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But when the war was happening, a lot of Vizsla exiled themselves to keep themselves safe.
Okay.
Um,
Sure.
so what happened was a lot of the Vizsla ran away to another sun. I'm not going to go into now. There's different suns. They're kind of like different realities, different places. But what it's really is just like they're all smashed on top of each other, different meanings, different colors. But what you need to know is you are an indigo sun right now.
Okay. Hence what was mentioned before. Got
Yes,
it. I'm there.
you're in the indigo sun, and
Hmm.
all these Vizsla self-exiled themselves to a different sun called the Gray Sun.
Okay.
Gray Sun is
Got
a
it.
lie. The Indigo Sun is truth. So basically, you've been in a place called the Gray Sun, which a lot of people call Shadow. Yes.
I think.
And
Okay.
that's where you've been until you came back here.
Back here. Got it. But I was born not here. I have memories of being born where you mentioned in the Gray Sun shadow.
Yeah, there's some weird time and space happening sometimes when it comes to like spatial temporal anomalies. I know there's some. What probably happened is maybe like your parents or your grandparents like left and eventually you were born over there probably. I don't know exactly, but that's a possibility. Either you were super, super young and you don't remember, or you're like a generational Vizsla.
Okay. One or the other, I guess we'll find out
Yeah, I
because
can't answer that for you, unfortunately.
it's all right. I don't even I don't know what to make of this, but thank you.
Yeah. Um, that's the long and short of it. How did you get
Cool.
here?
I mean, I think I think well, like I mentioned to your boss, I'm from Boston. I was working in an occult store. I was trying to research this medallion here, and I pull it out again. I set it on the table in front of us. It was a family inheritance from my grandmother. I was just trying to reconnect with my roots, and none of it was making sense. So here it is. And as I was working in that store, a storm happened, lights went out for a second. I tried to find my boss, and the hallway got long and dark. And then there was no hallway, and then there was light, and then there was a talking stores in a conversational alley, and then I found you. And then we were here, and now I'm having lavender tea.
Yeah, and like this whole time she's been getting like the tea ready and stuff for you, and is like letting it steep. Let you,
Hmm.
spice it up with honey or whatever, sugar, milk, however you want. Um, as you put the medallion on the table, she like picks it up and like begins to like look at it. How is Boston anyway? I never have been. I grew up, and she uses like her other hand to do quotation marks. I grew up
Okay.
in Florida. Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry, and I don't know why we're quoting growing up. But Boston's fine. It's the same as it's always been. It's cold. Um, it's actually weirdly sometimes reminiscent of that busy street. Um, a city's a city.
A
You
city is a
can't
city. Correct.
a
Yeah.
city's a city wherever you are is what I'm realizing, even in I guess Saturnine or the Indigo Sun.
Yeah. So the Indigo is the realm itself. The city,
Oh,
Saturnine
okay.
is the city.
Got it. So it's like if Indigo was like a planet, we're on Indigo, and Saturnine is like a city on
Yeah,
Indigo.
close enough, basically. Um,
Okay, cool.
you're currently in Fartown, which is a district, one of our districts. Um,
Okay, good to know.
this is
Love that.
basically the Vizsla district. Don't take it personally if you hear a kid call it Fart Town.
That's fine. I've been called worse things in Boston.
Yeah, people suck.
Hmm.
And she's okay. How big is the medallion again?
It's like it like sits in your palm, so
Okay.
it's not like a giant one, but it is like palm
Okay.
sized. Is
That's what I was like thinking. So it's a
yeah,
little smaller than a closed fist.
yeah, but it's not like as small as like a coin
A
or like
quarter. Yeah.
a quarter. It's much bigger than a quarter,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like yeah, it's palm size.
Yeah. So she's like looking at it back and forth. Okay. So I think this is a maker item, actually. I am not an
Okay,
expert, but it's definitely magic of some sort. And if it's an
okay,
item, it's probably like an object of power or a maker made it.
okay,
Um, and she'll hold out like it to you and like take like a pen and just like start pointing at like different symbols. Uh,
okay.
so whoever made this definitely was a Vizsla and used a couple different you see these runes right here?
Yeah.
They all have different meanings.
Uh-huh.
So she points to this first one. This is so as I mentioned before, there's like a lot of different suns. These are all different symbols for the suns on the path. So this one right
Okay.
here is silver. It's
Hmm.
it stands for birth and new beginnings and potential.
Okay.
This one right here is indigo.
Okay.
This is truth and thoughts and ideas.
Okay.
And then this one, she points to another one, is the gold sun symbol, which is change and new beginnings and transition, second
Okay.
chances, improvement, rehabilitation.
Okay.
And actually, there's like all three of these like show up a couple times and like they look like they're in a specific pattern. Probably has to do with whatever magic it was cast on. But then I see one symbol of the red sun, and she points to it like kind of like in the middle of the pattern.
Okay.
This one actually means like change, but like in a destructive annihilation way.
Oh, okay. Good to know it's in the center. Um, cool.
Um,
Thank you. I don't know. You said maker item. What what is a maker?
okay, so there's a lot of different types of spellcasters here.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
am none of the ones that are in an organized community that share their resources.
Okay,
I'm
so you're not in an institution, is what you're telling
correct.
me?
Yes.
Got it.
There's basically 4 types of main types of spellcasters. Makers are one of them, and they make stuff.
Hence the name. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Love the context clues.
I'm something that you call an apostate, meaning I say fuck all of those and I do my own thing.
Oh, really punk rock of you. Love that. Okay. So apostates are not in an institution, and there are 4 others. Makers are one of them.
Yeah. Do you want the crash course?
Sure. I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
I might as well try. I don't know if I'll remember it all.
That's okay.
So, okay.
If you don't remember things, that's okay. It happens to a lot of Vizsla.
Oh, good to
So
know.
don't feel bad that you're confused.
I'm very confused. Yeah. Thank you.
So there's 3 others. You got the Vances, which are book nerd wizards. You've got Goetics, who make weird little pacts with demons and angels and
Okay.
other things. Their official ceremonial garbs are really weird and creepy and a little culty in my opinion. And then you have Weavers, which they're kind of like artists, I guess you can say. They're pretty chill.
Okay. I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you have the
You
Makers.
got- Cool. Makers make things.
Yeah.
Vances are book nerds,
Yep.
apparently.
Mhm.
So they like library. They're like traditional wizards, I guess, is what I'm understanding from my
I
son.
guess close enough. They say that spells are alive and they live in their brains. I don't get it.
Awesome. We're just gonna accept that, yeah?
Yeah,
And then
that's kind of where it is. I don't like any of them.
Goetics make pacts with angels and demons. Okay.
Yeah,
And what was the last one? Weavers?
Weavers.
They don't weave. Are they artists that weave like needle and thread?
They
But
weave concepts and magic together. I
oh,
guess.
concepts of magic. Got it.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I just do my own thing. And she just kind of like, um,
Right, apostate. Right, you're not a part
yeah.
of
And she'll
the
just like
groups.
wave her hand over like the kettle, and like water begins to, like, the hot water begins to come out of it and refill her glass. So like that.
Oh, so cool, so cool. I don't know. You said I'm a Visley. Do you? How do I know what kind I am?
She shrugs.
Okay,
Uh,
good to know.
that is a self-discovery type of thing.
Awesome. Maybe I'll figure it out. Um, because I just want to go home currently.
Well, we do have like a cot if you want to stay here while we try and figure out where you might be from.
Sure. I mean, I'm willing to accept any. You've been so generous already. I don't want to impose any more. Um, I'm more than willing to stay anywhere. I'm just trying to make sense of, and I like wave around the entire space. This, and I guess this makes more sense now as I pick up the medallion. I tried everything in my power to research the history of my family because this is all that my grandmother left me, and nothing was making sense where I'm from. And they said that this was probably just a made-up fantasy coin. Um, but if it's starting to actually match the things that you're saying here about the different suns, I guess I have a lot more questions now. But I guess I need to ask them when I feel sane. And I kind of pocket the coin, the medallion back.
Yeah, Indigo is the type of place where for every answer you get 3 more questions. That's never going to stop.
Oh,
It's all about knowledge and learning and divinations, and it's terrifying but wonderful. And I know it's confusing now, but I hope that whatever your life was like in Shadow, you'll feel safer here and welcomed and able to find your little niche.
sure. Thank you. That means a lot. I mean, I still have family. I have parents back home.
Um,
My grandmother died. I was at her grave this morning.
I will say, please don't take this as insensitive or cruel or callous. I mean this in the most neutral, just this is a fact type of way. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna sit down some more even though I'm already seated. And I kind of like ground myself to the table.
So, Shadow, the gray sun, as I said, is the son of lies and
Sure.
falsehoods.
Hmm.
I don't know what your home was like. I don't know who you knew or who was a very prominent presence in your life over there, but you need to just keep in mind and accept the fact or the possibility that anybody you knew over there was not real. Whether that's your
Okay.
grandmother or your parents, your friends, your dog, partners. There's no way to know for sure until they show up here, but it needs to be
Okay.
said that there is that very distinct possibility.
Cool. So that you're telling me that it is a fact that everything I knew for the literally all my life, which has been, 28 years, um, is a lie. But then I don't even know if I'm actually 28 years old now. If that's a lie. if I was born there.
There is a
Okay.
there is a small shrug. Maybe not everything was a lie, but certainly probably a vast majority. We can assume that if you didn't bring yourself over and you were born there, maybe your parents were Visley. You said this medallion was from your grandmother. Maybe she brought you over when you were a child and it's your parents who are false, but there's no way to know for sure.
Okay. That's a lot to take in.
I just
I
figured
thank
it
you.
would be a good thing to mention now than later.
Yeah, that's a lot,
I I
and
know. But
I think
yeah.
I'm done asking questions now. And I kind of like I pocket the medallion, my shoulders kind of slump a little, and all of the kind of like weird, quirky joy of confusion and like hard acceptance of like just keep moving to the next thing
Yeah.
will get you through starts to like fade as I kind of stare deeply into the tea of lavender that's set before me, and I kind of just go quiet and I start just sipping.
Yeah. She'll actually like take a seat at the table next to you. Adrienne,
Hmm?
I know I just said that everything is a lie over there, but I do want you to just know that your experiences were not a lie. Whatever you experienced and lived over there is still real and impacted you and shaped who you are now.
Uh, Thank you. Um, Thank you.
Of course.
Sips another part of the tea.
Do you want to go lay down?
That would be wonderful. Thank you. I would like that, yes.
Um, she'll stand up and she'll like lead you to like a small back room with just has like a couple cots in it. So a regular nothing to look home call home about, blanket and a pillow. Um yeah, you're more than welcome to sleep here. Um I if it's okay, what was your grandmother's name?
Her name was Lily Chua.
Okay. If your grandmother gave you that, I think that's where we're going to look first.
Okay, yeah, that sounds nice.
If you need me or or Thalen, we practically live here. I'm actually kind of doing a I know I'm his assistant, but it's more like an internship. So I want to do what he does. So we're probably gonna.
Sure.
I'm gonna bully him into letting me take over to do this case, if that's okay with you.
Sh- do what you need to do. And I will be here.
Yeah. We'll let you know.
Thank you. Um, yeah. I fiddle with the medallion again in my pocket, also trying to find the phone that is never there now.
No.
Um, and I sit in the cot that they provided and kind of just try to reconcile all of the things that were just like thrown
Yeah.
at me
It was a
in
lot
silence.
all at once.
Yeah.
What do you like? I'm gonna read the next card, and this will probably be the final card for the day.
Sure.
I have played the lucky coin on the gray sun. Value of 4, notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Meanings good fortune, wealth, freedom, unexpected luck, unstructured. We put a lot of value in objects. We place a lot of importance in their presence in our lives. Some people might have a favorite shirt, a trusty handkerchief, or, of course, a lucky coin. Armed with a talisman such as this, no harm can befall us, but we only barely understand the truth of such things. The luck they bring, if they work, never come in an unexpected form. So, Adrienne, you're Adrienne. Safine
Yes.
probably at some point while she's in and out probably does like she brings you a notebook and a pen to help you put your thoughts in order. But what
Yeah.
does this the next couple days look like for them?
I think staying in this place, the first thing they realize is that I think trying to ground themselves, they go to the bathroom and they like try to wash their face with like cold water just to like bring some
Yeah,
like shock to the system to like
absolutely.
snap them out of it. And as they like bring the water up to their face and they look in the mirror, immediately they notice that one of their eyes has changed. It's no longer like two brown, like dark hazel eyes. The left one is still dark brown and hazel, but the right, when they look at it, initially it's blue, but as they stare deeper into it, their pupil, their entire pupil, it's an ocean of like crashing waves and tides that kind of swirl over and over again. And they realize as they like panic, the waves churn faster, but so they try to breathe, and as they try to breathe and ground themselves, the waves tend to like, you know, stop its roiling, and the tide comes in softer, and the water is like still in their eye. And that's like one of the biggest changes that they see. They go back to the notebook, they jot that down as the first initial thing, and they start like putting out all the facts, kind of like of what has happened, of like who they met and the order in which it happened. They write down like, you know, Safine's name, Thalen's name, the labyrinth logic. They talk about like Visley question mark, and then they put the three different types, and then below that they put apostate question mark as like another one that is not an institution, that isn't an institution. Um, and then they keep going and listing a bunch of other things of like Fartown, Indigo Sun, Shadow is a lie, question mark. Are parents real? Is grandma real? Um, and as they write, is grandma real? I think they feel suddenly another thing in their pocket, and it's a little mahjong tile that they didn't realize they carried with them. Um, Ironically enough, to the card you pull, it's a thing for luck. It's a blank tile. It's a blank mahjong tile piece that normally you use, and you can etch in your own kind of like symbol on it. Um, if, let's say, one of the mahjong pieces goes missing, you replace it with this blank tile and you etch in what is replaced. And they've always kept it because for the longest time it was the four of them. Their parents and their grandmother and them would sit at a table every Sunday and they would play mahjong together before dinner and after dinner. And it was a ritual they all did. And it's perfect because it's only mahjong can only hold four people. It is meant for four. And ever since then, they've always just kept that little tile just in case they needed to replace one. Um, and they kind of feel it for a second as they think of their grandmother, and they hold out the medallion as well, and they start to etch the the stars and the runes of whatever the suns are onto the notebook. Um,
Uh, Safine probably would have given you like also a beginner's course, like a very like a children's book to like the suns and stuff as well.
yeah, I think they take that in. They start jotting it down. They try to put it in order. They're like space lasagna question mark is what they put. Realm lasagnas as
Yeah.
like the layers of the different suns. Um,
There is like one sheet of paper like shoved into the back though. Like it only lists the book only lists 8 suns, silver to golds, and then she put her own little book, her own little page in there saying the invisible sun is a secret sun. It is magic that is interspersed throughout the others in the path.
I think they will also jot that down after
It's
all
the
the list.
sauce in the lasagna.
Lasagna sauce, lasagna space sauce? Question mark. Um, and they, yeah, they write that all down. Um, for the next few days, taking that all in, trying to like study where they are. And then I think another bullet point is, did you say, um, what was the name? Haradrim? I can't remember. Um, have I spoken with the um,
Hindasa.
Handasa? Thank you. I was just like, it's an H. I pulled out a different word, probably from a different fantasy game. Um, so they put out Handasa at the bottom, and they're like, question mark, judges slash adjudicators of this place? Question mark. Do I need slash visa? Do I need residency card? Question mark. And then, how am I going to pay for all of this? Underlined twice.
Beautiful. Yeah. So as you're going through processing, essentially, several days pass. Both Detective Thalin and Safine are in and out doing work. Occasionally, you see other clients coming in to discuss cases or ask for assistance in determining XYZ. You don't really get to hear what they're talking about, but, regular day-to-day work. Until eventually Safine does a little knock, knock, knock on the door frame of whatever room you're in, whether that's like the kitchen or like the little cot area.
Yeah.
Even if you maybe like go outside, like they don't keep you here, so it's like wherever you're found.
I think within the time of those few days, I don't think Adrienne strays too far, but they do go outside for a second. The best way to know a city is just to be in a city.
Yes, correct.
And they start like walking around the block, but they try like a few blocks back and forth just to kind of map out the area. And I think will also, as she like knocks, I think they're in the kitchen at this moment in the middle of the day. She'll see like they're mapping out like the street of where like the center is Labyrinth Logic, and then they've like kind of mapped out this area from where they've walked so far. Yeah, hi. Sorry, I was in the middle of trying to understand how your streets work.
And she's grinning from ear to ear. Yeah, so do you want to put that map into more practical use and maybe expand its horizon?
Oh, lovely. I would love to. Yeah. Where, how?
So, Thalin and I have been working on trying to maybe figure out where your families might be from and so on and so forth. He did say I could be the lead detective on this, and so I have.
Oh, yay.
We might have found your, I don't know if it's your parents, but like your family home.
Oh,
Yeah, of the Huins.
okay.
Yeah. So, she looks
Sure.
down at your feet.
What's wrong?
No, I was just thinking you don't have more than like a pair of shoes. Like she would have also maybe like gotten you some like miscellaneous clothes to tide you over, but like you only have
Yeah.
one pair of shoes. The only nothing's wrong. It's just wet.
What's wet?
The path to might be your house or your family's house.
Okay, so I need boots. Like I need like hiking boots. I need like Ugg boots. Like what,
Waders?
some kind of. Sure. Yeah. I don't have any, but we can go get some. Also, I don't have any money, so I don't know how I'm gonna get some.
Don't worry about it. I will cover. This has been like a great little, no offense, I hate calling it this because it's kind of very rude, but like a pet project. Because you've been a
Okay,
delight.
yeah.
I like you. I think you're a great person, and
Thank you.
I would like to call you a friend, but that's just carry forward since we just met a couple days ago. But
I mean, I think we're at least acquaintances, but you've been a good friend here so far. So thank you for everything you've done. I don't know if I would have survived um,
You would have.
if you weren't here. Well, who knows? Sometimes crazy things happen in the world, and I guess other worlds. I don't know.
I think you would have, if you given the choice of sink or swim, I think you would have swam.
Okay. I do. Oh, I do know how to swim, so.
There you go.
Let's find some boots and let's go to my wet house.
Yeah, I didn't go inside, but like she like goes into like her like side bag that's just like slung across her chest, and she like pulls out some paper. So I went to the local gerent's office after looking for like maybe not my local gerent. It took a couple gerents because each they're like a peacekeeper, officer, judge, jury of each like neighborhood. So it took a while.
Okay.
But I eventually found your last name and a deed on file to a house.
Okay. My last name or my grandmother's last name?
Out of character, Ian, I think that's a question I wanted to ask you as well, because I could not recall. Was it
I
Chua or
I
Hue?
I think it would be actually it would be under my grandmother's last name.
Okay.
Um in this space.
And your mom's maiden name.
Yeah, my mom's maiden name. Huh is from my father.
Yes, yeah. I wanted to confirm which side of the family it was from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was under Chua, actually.
Oh. So my grandmother's last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually a great help.
I'm glad we're getting somewhere. This is so weird. For years I've been trying to find out my family's lineage and I got nowhere, and I'm in a weird fairy tale. Well, I don't want to say fairy tale, that seems diminishing. I'm in another place and suddenly I have answers, or at least the beginning of some. So
More than you had.
yes. Yeah, serendipity is weird. Let's go.
Yeah. And they will lead you out of the labyrinth logic. Maybe go to it's not only it's like a clothing store, but like the person she talks to behind the counter, you see no clothes in the store, but it is obviously like a clothing store, and there is a person behind the counter, and like she's talking to them, and as this person is human looking. They have very light brown skin and like a dark hair. They have a very like rectangular glasses, and he's nodding as Safine is like saying what they need, and he looks over at you and looks down at your feet and then looks down at her feet. Yeah, it should be pretty quick. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Like 5 minutes, and I can get you those shoes. The waders. How high are we talking? Like knee, hip, chest height?
I think to be safe, let's bring it to the knee.
And Safine like nods and yeah. I don't know. Like when I was there earlier, it was definitely up to the ankles, but I think up to the knee would be safe.
All right.
And this individual, which Safine just says is a zealot.
Okay.
And basically she says that a zealot is a person that is born with they're not spellcasters, they're not Vizsla, but they are born with one type of magic, and most of them spend their entire lives honing that to perfection, usually for work purposes.
I see. Okay.
And essentially what this zealot does is conjures these waiters out of nothing for the both of you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That was fantastic.
Thank you. I've been practicing literally my whole life for this. Specifically shoes and some other pieces of clothing. But happy waiting, I guess.
Thank you. I put them on, I guess. Well, I'm ready to go weirdly home.
Yeah. So Safine begins leading you across Fartown, and the farther you walk, the stronger the smell of the sea becomes. And eventually the streets that you're walking in are being flooded in this very cold, clear water that just gets deeper and deeper the more blocks you get through. You walk down.
Yeah.
There are other people around, many of which seem to have taken like they're either walking on the surface of the water or they're driving their own little rowboats.
Oh, love that.
Some don't care and are just running around in the water like kids jumping in puddles. But as you go in, eventually you start walking on this beautiful silver sand that decorates the cobblestones of the street. And as the road opens up, you see it's not an ocean, because as you would have been told at some point over these last couple days, Fartown exists in like a little pocket dimension within Saturnine. So what you're seeing is not a true ocean, but you see a large body of water, and in the middle is a small island. It sits on silver sand. It is a silver single floor of weather-beaten wood. Some of the parts of the house are covered in multicolored coral, and the roof looks like it has been blown out in an explosion, but the pieces of the house are still like floating in suspension, kind of hovering in midair. And she points.
Okay. That's it?
That's the property.
Wow. I slowly like start to walk towards it. Um, yeah, as you mentioned, like the road that leads up to this kind of like island by itself, um, is like ankle deep, but you can see clearly through the water as like I think fishes kind of like swim between your legs.
Oh,
Of
definitely.
all different kind of like sea creatures kind of move, and the tide is calm. Um, and as I kind of walk up to it, I think there are like a little like bit of stairs along up the kind of beachy silver sand of this beach to this house. Um, and I think as you kind of like approach it in the front, uh, I turn to her and I go, I don't have the keys to this place.
She shrugs.
Does it?
Neither do I, but we should probably check to see if it's locked first.
Sure. I just like touch the handle and try to open the door.
As you're touching it, she does say, I will say, I know,
Oh,
no, you go ahead, go ahead. Oh, you can open the door, go right in. I just want to just let you know that a lot of houses in this world are more than they appear, so don't judge a book by its cover. Also, just in general, don't judge a book by its cover. Some of them get really pissy when you do that.
okay. Got it. I look at the house and I say, I hear um, that I might have come from you. Um, my name is Adrienne. I think I am coming home. It is a pleasure to meet you. Um, I hope that I am a nice guest in your place. I don't know, my place, our place. I don't know if you're actually going to talk to me like some of the stores. But thank you for being here and thank you for having me. Um, and I kind of like bow in front of the door before I open the door. And um, again, it's like old, weathered, almost rotten, but not. And I reach for the handle and I turn. And as I open in and I step inside, I think it's one of those things where uh, clearly um, it's empty. There's there's like barely anything in here. It's just like maybe like an old single table, like an old sofa, that's covered in like dust, but not dust. Um, I think the thing that really stands out first in the center of this house is that there's a well, like right in the center. And as I walk up to it and I look down into that well in the center of the room, it just looks straight down into like the sea floor. And you can see like fishes and other things and seaweeds and other corals, and it just goes on forever. And I go, okay, good to know. We'll never run out of water. Um, and then I kind of like walk around and explore some of the other rooms. There's like a humble kitchen. Um, there is like one bedroom somewhere, and I think um, as I step into that bedroom, that's where like the majority of the blast actually happened. The roof is kind of like gone and caved in, but not as everything like is suspended in air, like it's floating in water above me. Um, and I'll say, okay, we might have to fix that at some point. But luckily, it looks like all the pieces are here. Um, and then as I look out from like the explosion and like the window, I notice that there is a like um, backyard slash not yard, like a back porch
Yeah.
to this house. And as I walk towards it, the sliding door has opened, and I step onto the back porch that leads eventually to kind of like a dock that goes into the ocean. And the dock itself is also battered and like half worn, and also you'll see even explosions. Like the dock is like sinking into the ocean. Some pieces have already flown off, and I'm like, cool, more things to repair. Got it. Um, and yeah, I kind of just like sit there for a second and take it all in, and I stare at the horizon from the back porch of this dock.
Yeah. Being in a pocket dimension, seeing the sun in Fartown is kind of weird because you know that it's not actually the indigo sun that exists like outside of Fartown, but it is at the same time. So it's this weird in between of like, you know, there's light here, but you don't really see the sun. So it's just what you're looking at on the horizon. You're not sure what it is, but it looks like a
Yeah.
sunset, and that's the important part. And as you're looking, Safine comes over and like takes a seat next to you. Actually has taken off of her shoes and is like dangling her feet in the water of the ocean.
I turn to her and I say, "You want to know what's funny?
What?
Silver sands." And as I like kind of like pick up some of the silver sand on the ground next to us by the water, it's the name of my family's restaurant.
Coincidences, you'll find out, don't really exist here. There is a reason for that, I'm sure.
Oh, then maybe my parents were the one that founded it. So
Maybe something deep in their subconscious were still holding on to Indigo.
maybe. Thank you again for finding this for me. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll have to start working on this place. Um, is there anything else that I need to kind of do or take care of? I don't know if anything else, um, you know,
Hmm.
about my family's heritage and how I got here. And are we allowed to go back?
Um, Technically, yes, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Just because Shadow has a terrifying lure, and
I,
it likes to grab and take and not let go. And the longer you're there, the more often you go back, it'll be harder to return.
Okay. Understood.
So you can, but I would keep it in mind. You also need to figure out how to get there.
That part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some spells and there are the sun ships. I wouldn't recommend the sun ships because they're very expensive, but there are a couple spells that allow you to travel, but it's
Yeah.
a process either way.
Understood.
How?
Speaking of expenses, oh my goodness. Do I have to? I don't know how to pay you, and I don't know how to pay for this. And I like wave to the blown up part of the house.
So, for my payment, I've been thinking about it the last couple days as the lead detective. I'm not going to take any crystal from you, which at this point you would know is like the main method of payment, crystal orbs. I'm not going to take any crystal from you, but I'm going to ask that my payment be to allow me to come tan on your back porch and maybe come visit and swim.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Obviously,
Heck yeah.
you've been such a great help, and I can't emphasize that enough. Really, thank you. I do not take this lightly, so I appreciate it.
I'm really glad that I can help you get your bearings here. Like I was with the Hindasa and they were fine, but it was more like I was in an inpatient facility and not really with friends. So
Yeah, I still don't know what they are. Explain
so the
that?
Hindasa are essentially a group where a group of them have organized themselves together to help Visley come back from Shadow.
Got it.
They go over and look for Visley to introduce them back here
Oh,
and help them
oh,
reacclimate because the war's over. They don't need to be there anymore. So
I see.
I'm still curious how you got back, but I don't know if that's something I can
Yeah,
answer.
maybe I don't know either. I thought, well, if they're looking and they're bringing people back, they didn't bring me back.
No, you would have been brought to their facility to help like decompress and like reintroduce you slowly. And I'm not saying they're bad. I just felt like I could have used a friend.
Of course. Well, you have one now, and you can tan here anytime.
Thank you. As for, and she motions to like all like the blown pieces. As for all this, take some time, look around here. Maybe there's something like, maybe there's like a safe that can help you with like a down payment trying to get things fixed or something like that.
Yeah.
As for anything you would need to do, it's kind of just an open book on what you want to do.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah,
I will get to thinking.
yeah. And if you need me, you know where to find me. I might come stop by every once in a while. I would call you, but phones are, we don't got cell phones here.
I've noticed that. I thought I had my phone with me, but I don't. And there are no phones here. But I assume there's magic.
Yeah, there's magic. You can always try and send a news sphere message. There are some phones, but they're not super common. The problem is there's always the risk of being like overheard or ghosts in the wires. And I mean that in a literal sense.
Oh, so there actually is a ghost in the machine.
Yes,
Got it.
there are ghosts.
Got it.
There are ghosts here.
Oh, that's out of everything that's believable, I can take that in very
Yeah,
easily.
there is an embassy of the Pale in the Marquis district, where there are representatives from the Pale Sun that they assign visas because you can't go to the Pale Sun unless you have a visa.
Oh, okay, good to know.
It's just the Pale Sun though because Her
Only that one.
Highness is very strict.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah, yeah.
I got that.
You're probably not going to the Pale Sun anytime soon. Let's be real.
Uh, oh, well, thank you. I don't intend to.
Yeah, unless you
Just trying to
suddenly
get.
die.
I not not planning on
Yeah.
it. I'm planning on trying to figure out this points to like the indigo sun.
Also, I'm probably gonna get going shortly because I do have a little date tonight. Um,
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. I met her while I was out getting coffee the other day, so you know.
Oh,
But what was I saying? Yeah, keep me updated. Let me know if you need anything. Really keep me updated on how when you start dabbling in magic. I'm really curious on how you're gonna take to it.
sure. I mean, I only know what I know from Shadow, but that could be basically lies. So,
You
we'll
never
find
know.
out.
You could have been tapping into your regular potential.
Maybe sometimes I say a little charm and things like work out, you know?
Yeah,
So,
right. I'm gonna get going. I'm
of
glad.
course. Thank you again. I appreciate this. So,
I'll see you around.
I'll see you around.
And is there anything else you would like to do or say before we end this session?
No, I think as Safine leaves, Adrian kind of like takes in the house again and goes to work. The the methods and discipline in which their family has put into them comes back of like this is how you set the drawers, this is how you clean the kitchen, this is where you should put the and like tidy up things, this is how you keep a dock in order, um, and they start to like find a broom, sweep out sand, sweep out like loose pieces. The bedroom in which the space that was blown, they kind of move the bed into another room because they're not sure what might happen
Yeah.
overnight and they don't want a roof that is open. So they kind of temporarily move it to the living room or another like smaller room, a
Yeah, yeah.
secondary bedroom. I think is where they move that bed to as they leave the main bedroom open. Um, and then I think they just go to the well. They look down. They pick up a little like stone, like a polished stone from the beach. They make a little wish and they drop it in the well.
And I think a good scene to end on is like if the camera was looking up at you from the bottom of the well as you drop it in, and like the water ripples and it fades to black as you continue
Yes.
on with your day
Yeah.
in your new home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy.
that was so good.
Yeah. That was wonderful.
Oh, I've learned so much.
I've learned so much. I that literally for me as Ian, the player,
Word vomit.
crash course, crash course indeed. I was just like, oh, there are things that I don't fully grasp.
And
So,
that's a good part about the system, because the system doesn't expect you to be an expert in Invisible Sun, and I think how you have decided to choose this how to play this player is a great way to introduce you to the lore of the system.
thank you. That was the only way I could digest everything. I was like, we're starting from ground zero.
Let's fucking go. All right. Let's do a quick sign off. I don't know exactly when this is going to be aired, so maybe be like broad on like what you have coming up. All I know
Yeah,
is it's probably going to be aired mid-January to mid-February. We'll see, but yeah.
awesome.
Say hey, hi, who you are, where we can find us, and we'll figure out a raid in real time whenever.
Okay, sounds good. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. My name is Ian DePriest. I am a voice actor, actual play, TTRPGer. You can find me literally anywhere and everywhere. Just search my name. It's DE and then Priest like our father. Um, I don't know when this is gonna happen, so things might be happening. I don't know if I'm in another game. Maybe, maybe not. Just follow me on the socials. I am on BlueSky with the same tag, Ian DePriest. I'm on the Instagrams. You know, you know how to use the internet. I trust you.
And hey, hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and you can find me on all applicable media at Archmage of Dice. As I said, I don't know exactly when this is going to be aired, but Yeah, just check my socials for what I'm doing. I'll be doing this game, Invisible Sun. Currently, the Indigo Nexus is set to either going to air on either January 31st or February 21st. And then we'll be playing every Saturday at 1 p.m. for all Saturdays of the month except the last Saturday. And if this is aired closer to the end of January, early February, you can also find me on Valdrian's channel on Friday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern, where we will be starting up with Season 3 of Smoke and Ashes, our Avatar Legends game, set quite literally at the beginning of the Fire Nation doing shitty stuff.
Not an imperialism.
Yeah. We literally started our campaign the day the Fire Nation burned down all of the air temples.
Great.
Yeah.
Hate to see it, actually. Don't love to see it.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining for this. As I said, I don't know when this is going to be airing, but we are doing one of these for each player, so keep an eye out for these, if not the actual sessions with everybody. And we'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.